Yeah, so just the next day from yesterday's video, and I acted out again today. I caused more destruction, put myself at risk of being arrested again. This was a bad one. I don't know. I just couldn't control it. I realize now I'm not healed from post-traumatic stress disorder. Uh, I don't think anyone would be. I mean, my God, there's a construction crew right outside my window at 10 feet. Anyhow, listen to this. The subconscious is an incredible thing. I woke up today and I remembered two things about my family that, again, very suspicious. I had not considered before. So it goes to show you there are things in the mind that just keep on pouring out 3 years later. First, and it just both came to me the moment I woke up. First one is I have a great uncle, I suppose you would call him. He's passed away a long time now, but he's on my father's side. He's the father of the guy who lost his son, who was my father's confidant. Anyways, he very well integrated. He would be the patriarch at some point, I imagine. Well, he was missing the tip of his finger, and I was told that it was from a butcher accident. But, you know, today I realized everything that they told me was wrong, was false. I don't think my mother ever told me something that wasn't a lie. So, what other way can you lose the tip of your finger? And I had another uncle, same side, same little milieu, same little clique. His name was also on the business registration for the Children's World. I don't know what that was exactly. Well, I remember once when I was really young, we went swimming, all of us, and he had a huge area of his back missing. And my mother, of course, the big liar, told me at the time that he had been shot in the back by a BB gun, a pellet gun, by some kids. And they had to remove a whole section of his back to get it out. Now, granted, this was the early 70s, but still, to get a BB out of someone's back, you did not have to cut out a whole section. So I don't know what that was all about, but again, those two things just popped in my mind as something very peculiar that were only described to me by my mother, the person who has lied to me almost at every point in my life. And I have to confess right here, I called her. I've done this. The last time I did this was a year ago. And I knew I'd get her voicemail. It's still my father's voice. They're still pretending they're a couple. My father hasn't lived with her for years. I mean, it's a complete hoax. They're still doing it. They're gonna put an ad again this year from the whole family with my name included, to mark the passing of my brother's the anniversary of his death, as if we're still a family. It's just such a ruse. It's such a joke. So I screamed and yelled for about 10 minutes into that voicemail. I just told her everything and told her the police are coming her way. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, my mother switched cars with my father. Um, never made sense to me. Why would you switch cars? Well, of course, now we know why they would switch cars, because my father committed an indecent act in his car, and they were probably looking for someone in that car, and so my father switched cars with my mother. My mother has been protecting this pedophile for years, and that's what I yelled at her. She has caused innumerable other victims, I am sure. Um, all for cocaine. All so she can continue her. Anyways, we'll talk about that part. So what I've come to terms with is that I'm not healed. I really thought I was much better off, but I don't know if it was the noise. or just the new discoveries. I think it was the new discoveries. I'm just realizing just how bad it was. I mean, I keep thinking that it's over, but at the same time, I keep thinking of new things, and every time I do a little research on it, something else comes out. Not all the time, of course, thank God. There are a lot of avenues I've looked down where there was nothing. But this core group, of which my parents were involved, all of which were brought together under false pretenses, and which all of them had a lot of money, access for no apparent reason, with no apparent source. Anyhow, I can leave that aside for now because I got to take care of myself. I cannot believe how much I lost it today. I really put myself, yes, this week I put myself at risk. You know, it might still come to, fruit might still come to bear. I'm not exactly free. I mean, both offenses were just recently committed, so who knows what kind of witness saw me. Although I'm pretty sure if anyone saw me, they would say good for him, because I'm not the only one completely disturbed by this. 3 years in a row, and I wouldn't go into it. Just not fair. Oh, I was thinking about something. Then I'll stop this video. You know, as a borderline, my thing is revenge. Someone attacks me, or offends me, or bothers me, I suppose, again and again and again. Well, my instinct, or not even an instinct, I guess it's just, yeah, I guess it is an instinct, it's just this natural program, is to attack them directly and just destroy them in a similar way. Like a tit for tat kind of thing. You know, make me feel some way, I'll make you feel some way. You'll destroy my peace of mind and ruin my day. We'll all destroy your peace of mind and make you have to take care of these issues that I'm now laying on your, you know. Yeah, it's immature, but it seems to have worked, at least now when I think about it. Rather than think about how much they're bothering me, I think about what I did. Anyhow, and I was thinking about it like a narcissist. I was thinking, how would they react? I said, oh my God, I think I know. I think a narcissist would find their friend who's living in peace and try to project the disruption onto them somehow. I don't know. I think maybe they would try to deny the noise is bothering them. I'm not really sure. I was just trying to think. It wouldn't be the same way. It seems like they'd bring a third party into it. Yeah, I was thinking with the psychopath. How would the psychopath react? And I was thinking, well, the psychopath probably just, it's not, I don't think that's the kind of thing they deal with. I think they just lay in wait for victims. So I don't really think it would apply. I think maybe they just go out and victimize someone in a completely different way. It's not related at all. I don't know. I had better theories before I lost my mind today, but I'm considering getting what's it called? Someone recommended it. I get more money from the government because I can't get a job. I'll fight with the boss on the second day. I'll have a physical fight and end up fired. I just can't take it anymore, I suppose. That's what it comes down to. I just can't take any kind of oppression. All right. I can't even think straight, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I've been beaten in the head for 5 days in a row. It's really wrong. Noise pollution is just. Can you imagine a baby being raised in that building? I mean, kid's gonna grow up a freaking nightmare. That might be one environmental factor in developing a personality disorder of sorts, or because that's just not normal. Imagine you're brought home from the from the hospital as a newborn, and for the first 3 months of your life, There's 8 hours of construction noise right outside your window, to the point that an adult can't even think. A child should be in a peaceful situation, you know, it should be out in nature maybe, you know, it's like instead they're going to be stuck inside it's sick. I've learned that this urban living is just pretty sick. And I think that's the underlying problem in my life, is that I've got to get out of this high dense area. I had enough of it. Of course, as someone who's more or less a loner, it keeps me feeling like I'm connected with people because I know a lot of people in the neighborhood, so that might change, but I guess maybe then I might form real relationships rather than just acquaintances that I can see all day throughout the day. Keep me from going crazy. Well, it doesn't work. I'm still crazy. That's the problem. All right, let's hope I don't explode ever again this weekend, because I have a lot to do. I have to catch up on money, and I'm just, I hear my neighbor next door. She also goes crazy. I'm not the only one. They all go crazy. But me being the psychopathic, nutcase, borderline freak, and being the only real man with too much testosterone on his hands, no pun intended, you know, I just can't control it, so I'm the loudest definitely about it. All right.